Hello, welcome to She Knows with Rosie, and we are going to be covering how to declutter your life. When considering decluttering your entire life, the concept or the idea that you've got to think of while doing this is creating space for change. You want to remove and donate items that do not currently serve you and just be open to that idea. We usually move through our lives where we hang on to the same items. It could be clothing, it could be kitchenware, it could be whatever the case may be, and we don't use them, but we track it with us through our lives. And today we're going to be decluttering our life, but we have to start at a specific point. So let's break it down step by step. First things first, how do you want your space that you live in to feel? So before we even think about how the way it looks and that's all neat and tidy and this and that, how do you want it to feel? So personally, I have a 2.5-year-old little boy, and he's just a ray of sunshine, and he just brings a lot of color into our lives and chaos into our lives. So for me to have a colorful, chaotic home does not vibe with me at all. So I tend to always go for the calming, neutral colors. So it would be your whites, your beige, your earthy tones, and that works for me because, like I say, our lives are chaotic with him and colorful, and he brings all these colors into our lives. There's no point of having a home that reflects that. I want to sort of be on the opposite end just to tone that down. I always thought having this beautiful family and, things are calm, but there is a bit of chaos, not just chaos, there's just chaos the whole time, and there's clutter and I can't get to things and it's just madness. That does not appeal to me at all. Find out how you want your space, or figure out how you want your space to feel, and the look will come with it. And then another thing, how do you declutter your entire home? And the answer to that is piece by piece. So you keep it simple. So you start at a point and then you move on from that. If you hop from doing the kitchen and then like your child's room and then your room and then the study, it's going to be so overwhelming, you're actually just not going to do it. Have a little bit of structure and a plan with regards to, okay, cool, we want to declutter our lives now. We want things to be a little bit more simple. So let's start at a point, and today I'm going to take you through it where I actually started with the main bedroom. So that's a point where I'm starting at, because every morning the first thing I do, or where I am, is in the bedroom. So for me, that made a lot of sense. The end goal of this entire decluttering exercise is that you have items that serve you, that you don't have in your home or in your space that is sort of doing other people a favor, where it was a gift once but it really doesn't suit anything. You don't really use it that much. You've got items that cost a lot of money and you're like, oh, I have a connection to that because I paid so much for that. If you paid for it and you're not using it, that item should be removed or donated. Because thinking of the amount of money you spent buying that item, putting it in the cupboard and not using it is not giving you the money back. If it's hanging there and it was an expensive item and you're just struggling to let go of it, just think of the fact that the money you've spent is already gone. The money's not going to come back. Now you spend money on something that's just hanging there where someone else can actually utilize it. Your just in case option is someone else's only option. So there's a few ways to make this process easier on yourself, just mentally. Sort of putting things in three little categories of why you shouldn't keep the item. If it was a gift from someone and it doesn't suit your current needs or lifestyle or theme vibe of your space, you can put that aside. If it was expensive, like we mentioned now, money's not coming back, you're not using it, rather let someone else use it. Even if it was pricey, put that aside. Okay. And the third thing is you have duplicates. Putting them into those three categories of making it easier for yourself to let go of certain items. So rule of thumb, if you're on the fence about a specific item, try and think back in the last year how often you've used it. And then if you think back in the last 2 years and you can't really remember when you've used that, or it's not the first go-to outfit that you grab, put it aside. Put that aside. If you think you're going to wear it again, you probably won't. Before we even get into removing from your cupboard, separating, sorting, donating, and then repacking, you need a little bit of a structure here. So there's 2 things to keep in mind. What is your current style? What do you resonate with? And then what is your current lifestyle? My current style will be hats, all neutral colors. Tops will be skirts, cute shoes. That would be my style. Sunglasses to go with the outfit. That really does resonate with me. I think that's a cool style. But on the flip side, my current lifestyle, I basically live in activewear and I run errands, and nowhere in there I can imagine myself wearing a hat and a skirt doing that comfortably. With that said, there's a way that we can break down specific categories of clothing that'll help you sort out what's a yay and what's a nay. Sit down and give it some thought about how your average current day, let's say weekday would look like, how you'd like to feel in the clothes that you're wearing. What are you doing most days for most of the day? Once you've given a bit of thought with regards to your current lifestyle and what you do on a day-to-day basis, sit down and write out 4 main categories, with 1 being formal, because everyone does need a formal category. We all don't walk around in heels and like sequence dresses the whole day, but 4 main categories of how your average day would look like. You can do it from Monday to Sunday realistically, how your week would look like, and then how your current day would look like. My 4 categories would look like: I'll do a school run with Logan in the morning, then I'll do yoga, I'll run some errands, create some content, walk the dogs, and then catch up with friends and family at the end of the day if possible, and then tomorrow we do it all over again. So activewear would cover yoga, morning walks, surfing, caps, sports bras. Everything that goes into that division would be like your activewear. Even the shoes and that would go into activewear. So running errands and doing housework would be, it's literally built for comfort. Most days, my activewear lands up being my running errands, housework wear. There is a difference there, but me getting changed into that, it all depends on the day and the amount of time I have. Then my content creation, filming wear would basically be more towards my style, what I prefer wearing in like downtime. It has elements of comfort, but it still shows my personality a bit. Time spent with friends and family is like the pretty me. There I can express exactly how I feel, and that is my style. Does that happen every day? No, it doesn't. Let's be completely honest here. I would love to say like maybe one day of a weekday I'm able to dress like that at the end of the day, but for the most part it's over weekends. And then you have events and celebrations. So that's also a category on its own. Let's be honest, whenever you have an event or some huge celebration, you'll end up going out and purchasing a new item for that specific event. So also keeping the one dress that was very much made a statement at one event, I'm not sure if you can pull it off at event 2, 3 and 4, because I think people will start noticing that you've been wearing the same dress. In that category, it's very difficult because you normally have only like a handful of those items, but you've got to narrow it down. Okay, then while you're going through things, you've got your 4 different categories that you can separate, put your piles. I call them piles because it's probably not going to be 1 or 2 shirts. It's going to be quite a bit of stuff. Separate that, donate your clothes, remove the items that do not fall into those categories. The category that you utilize the most, so mine will be activewear and content creation. Those are the clothing items you must focus on because that's the most time spent in clothes. Those are the categories that you would like to focus on. So split your cupboard ratio accordingly. If things have holes in them and you are not going to sew them closed, or you haven't sewn them closed in the last 6 months to a year, please put them to the side and either donate them, or yes, I would say not throw them away, but depending on how bad the holes are, make a decision and put it aside. If it's got holes in it and you haven't fixed it, put it aside. Don't get me wrong, if there's something in your cupboard that needs a button and then it's good as new and you are going to wear, it's one of your favorite, keep that. Please do that. OMG, underwear. Any underwear, anything, your bras, your G-strings, your panties, your hot pants, anything that's got a hole in it, that goes. Anything that is starting to change color from the sun because you've washed it so many times, please put that aside. Please, I give you full permission to get rid of that. I think it's time that we can have some serious talk here. You need to be totally okay with the fact that for the rest of your life, you will be purchasing socks for you and your family. I'm pretty sure there must be like an island somewhere where all the socks goes and they have like a huge party there. Because where do socks go? And I'm not at the point in my life where I'm okay wearing 2 different socks, 2 colors. Like I cannot, my brain cannot handle that. It's not setting me up for a good day. I do not recommend removing, decluttering, donating, and replacing your partner's cupboard. It's okay to give like a nudge in the right direction of like, hey, can I help you? Or don't you think maybe we should? Hey, what about those 25 hoodies there? Don't you think it's time to not have 25 hoodies? You can do this in a very subtle way, yes, but I do not recommend you just climbing in there and decluttering your partner's cupboard. I don't think it'll end very well. At the end of all of this, you are trying to create space in your home that you want to live in, that feels good, that's decluttered. Starting off with something small like your bedroom cupboard makes a huge difference. Bedroom, go to child's room, you can do the study, the kitchen, wherever decluttering needs to happen, and you're going to feel so refreshed and empowered that you actually have control of everything in your site. Basically, early, first thing in the morning, you know where everything is in your house. You've got a certain feel that you want to bring to your home, and you're able to create that. So that should make you feel really good that you are capable of doing that. And no one else knows what kind of feeling and vibe you want in your home except for you. That's really all I have to say about clearing out your stuff, decluttering, donating, chucking. That's a bit of a guideline there, and it's going to help you so much. So good luck with that. Let me know how it goes. Please like and subscribe, and then I will see you in the next one.